Alright, welcome back to another video. Today we are reacting to Destroying French History with Bad Translations by Starve Harv. It's been a minute since we watched one of his videos. Like, comment, subscribe, and well, before we get into it, I'm Draco and I'm here with
Groom.
just in case you forgot. Anyways, let's get right on into it.
This video was sponsored by MyHeritage.
Good
I took
job.
Wikipedia's timeline of French history and ran it through a translator using languages with awful translation quality. This was the result. 426. Clodio, the first king of the White Money Monk King, began his rule. 448.
Okay.
Clodio died. He was sucked by Melovet.
Huh?
Why are these translations so sus? War for Mars. Of course, I and my allies stopped the attack, obviously. I died during the Battle of Teodric, followed by my son, Trom, who played a powerful role in the war. 457, Melovech is dead. His comfort was sad, and I inherited him as king. I changed him like a king. I can fix him. 462, Roman sterilized Roman territory was sent to the kingdom of the monkeys. 464. Aegidius is dead. Remember him, for he was one of the righteous. 465. I was dead because of childhood. 466. Oh, my people. Yikes. He's nice to her at night. Then he killed her. He became one of the losers. 485. The Euro died, and his son, Alaric II, succeeded as the king of whiskey. 486, Battle of Brothers. Frankish army under Clovis defeated Sigius and defeated Sisan's realm. Sigius was very powerful in Alaric II, but later handed it over to Clovis and cut it off. 511, he's dead. His kingdom was divided among 4 children. In Paris, he went to the son of Albert Illy. I went to the kingdom of Soissons, and to the kingdom of Gemoharus, and to the kingdom of Odor. This video was sponsored by MyHeritage. MyHeritage is the #1 family history service out there, with over 30 billion
Oh my god. That dude is built like oh dude.
I partnered with
off of
and had a fun time entering the details I knew about my family and watching
Zombie operations, crazy.
Starting from only 17 people I knew about and ending up with a family tree of 136 people. I was interested to learn how my family went from Ireland to being
only
all
136
around the world during the 19th century. Thanks for that, Britain. There were records of people ending up in America, India, Canada, and Australia. But then, over time, all coming back to Ireland. And how it seems like half of my family are named Peter or Patrick. There are at least 17 people.
Oh my!
Some being lines of 4 generations of Peters. Another interesting story I found out was how my great-great-grandfather died saving people from a gas leak at a steel mill in Ohio. Clearly, the Starve Harv law goes deep. MyHeritage also has discoveries which can add huge branches of your family tree at a time. When I tried it, I was able to add 40 more ancestors in a single click and get information about their lives. Like my ancestor here, born in 1840.
It's another Peter.
He was a pig farmer. We can't all be kings. And also called Peter, and has a son called Peter. Truly a creative bloodline. Additionally, MyHeritage also has advanced tools to repair.
Bro, what? His family love Peter and Patrick. On God.
If you, like me, also want to find the deep lore of your family, you can get started today with a 14-day.
If y'all want to, y'all can do it.
The link in the description.
By going to his video.
My hotel died from the one I succeeded as the king of Austria. I died. His son, the kingdom inherited a kingdom. 557. He was born in Austria. His son, Babert II, was born of his kingdom. Sadly, I'm dead. 589. The fight ended in a break at Cucao Dam, handed over to Lombard by the Guatemalan emperor, which resulted in the end of Frank's journey in Italy. 592. Burgundy died of guns. His kingdom was sent to Benabert II as his son. 623. Lothar II gained Australian independence under the rule of the king of his son.
Really? Okay, I didn't know that.
629, and 2 people are dead. The virtue of the covenant ended after his death, and we created, and we made him a survivor. He was murdered too. I took Anton, and became the only king of Franks. I was dead. 632.
Everybody
Philip
dying.
II may be possible in the murder of his brother. His son, J. Parlin, rode his successor as the king of the aquarium. Bad news, cowboy bros.
The
661.
aquarium?
The ranch is dead. His kingdom was split between his 2 minors.
Reddit and Discord.
675, an Afghan child has died for the 2nd time, and Argold
What?
Foy answered the 3rd answer. 715, Daborn died. His ice cream was a success. 732, Tor battle. Frankish and Burgundian soldiers under Mayor Martel failed to destroy the galaxy. Due to the pink flax pink, the species is the price announced by Fries, which is short legs for 7 years. 737, Dodric's dead. Charles Moel received no inheritance. Then she began studying the Bible
Dang.
of her family.
Bro got cut off.
734, finally, the 3rd child was declared Frank's king, but he thanked Pippin's influence after 7 years of clearing the throne.
Scottie Pippen?
747, Carloman left the position of mayor and abandoned his life. 768, Charlemagne and Carlomanc declared
Ugh, what is that edit?
king. Each brother receives half of the father kingdom. I died when Charlemagne inserted into his kingdom. Good lord, what is happening in there? I was declared the king of the Franks after the death of the father of the president of the Netherlands. 771, I was born in Erez, a small town in the southern United States. 774, after a successful victory, Lombard became king. The Spanish tiger was created as a buffer zone between the Frankish kingdoms and Albanese. Papa Leo I.
I didn't know that.
800,
yes.
Charlemagne was crowned Angus's disease.
Angus's disease.
875, Charles Balls came to Emperor Roman, here by Buddhist Gohi VII. 876, Andrew's War. Charles Bold was defeated completely after his death in Germany. And then the Battle of Andernach is the death of Germany's Charles Starium, who became the bad kingdom of Bradford Law. 888, Charles died of a legal heir of recognition of the empire fell on his toes. 1004, Robert enters Burgos Guy. And then it's just heresy. 1054, the battle between the poor. Henry passed away. The throne is closed to his 7-year-old son Philip. My wife, Hencan. 1066, Philip has got the majority. Philip entered the biggest. Philip died. Amazing run there. 1108, he's dead. His son Louis, he's done. 1152, I was appointed a conservative in the United States. 1180, Louis VI is dead. He rejoiced among his people. 1241, Louis IX declared that those who declared his feet would enter his battlefield. One Territio. 1302,
Okay.
the victim is hit by liquid, returned to his hometown, and kills every Frenchman. Friends' misunderstandings have resulted in a major failure due to France's occupation of France. 1316, Louis X died. Maybe poison? John, my son, was born. 5 days later, he died.
No.
1356, wars between France and France in wars, especially financial problems. 1415,
That's the
for
worst.
centuries, an English soldier landed in northern France under King Henry V. Just one soldier at a time. It was really annoying. 1438, Charles VII's actual punishment for the rubber committee of the Galaxy Church appointed a religious official. 1453, wars for Castin. French declared a final victory against the British army, finally winning all British lands. 1532, Francis I made a decision to insert the French Kingdom of Brittany. Wow. I was assigned to serve as a special pioneer in France, where I served as a special pioneer. Francis
Makes
I'm
sense
dead.
to me.
1572, French Protestant genocide. 1574, Charles IX's breathing is over, without one heir.
Wow.
1617, Louis leaves his mother and takes power in his hands. Louis adopted his head.
Wow.
Louis is dead. 1648, Pope Francis orders arrests of leaders in Paris. The war ended with France for 30 years. 1668,
Woo!
the end of sacrifice. France was killed by Spain and other territories.
Come on, Spain?
1713, success. France and Britain signed the Urine Traffic under the French's Throne's right. Similarly, French creators may abandon the heirs of all fools' crops. Up in the air. 1715, his 5-year-old son, Louis XV, was used by his nephew Philip II as the Duke of New York. Louis XIV died in the canal. His great 5-year-old great-grandfather, Louis XV, was surrendered by Philippe II, Duke of Aquitaine.
Wait,
1738, Vienna. The deal ended with a victory for Poland. 1744, this is the first time Louis XV visited King Elassus.
A rare
since
Poland W.
1947. Celebrations in Somalia
So
took
true.
place throughout the city, leading to the spread of alcohol in the square. A
Woo!
display of smoking fireworks, and built in front of the Rohan Palace at 12 meters and 30 large screens. The tour will excite the city for years to come. And
Dang,
honor
they
it
had
for
screens
years to
back then?
come.
I guess so.
1778, France recognizes independent American colonies from the UK to the undesirable participant. France will pay
Recording.
Britain wages to win a peaceful victory in Paris. 1786, visit Louis XVI. See the Luxembourg Dam and shelter.
Wow.
1789, the French Revolution began with a Braille storm. 1793, the French previous King Louis, who was killed. Guillotin died a few months ago
Who?
in power.
Guillotine.
1799, now Capon General Nova Papakakara, new website, replaced it with French users. General Napoleon cancels the French handbook instead of the French embassy. What a mistake. In 1801, Concordat signed between Sanskrit pirates and Pope pirates.
There were Pope
1803,
pirates? I didn't know that.
France sold Louisiana to the United States. The United States shocked in its territory. 1804.
I bet they
Haitian
were.
Revolution, the hydropower era, and declared Haiti's independence. 1813. Battle of Leipzig, with 60,000 merchants participating in Europe before the diverse rural wars. 1814.
Nothing connected
First
to that.
fix. Boo Boo Boo's house speaks about a local version. King Louis XVIII during the Napoleonic Wars. 1815. French Louis XVI and his wife's music was transferred to Stoll's Church. Dennis in Paris. Finally, that's who was in Paris. 100 days. Napoleon welcomes Napoleon after escaping from Elba.
So true.
Battle of Waterloo. Nap Limon lost 19 euros. Empire. Second repair, with Napoleon being deported, Bourbon's home reinvested. 1835. In Paris, I tried to kill Louis Philippe. I tried it with a house rifle in Giuseppe. 18 people were killed. King escaped by a path. 1839. The France-French War. French victors removed indigenous peoples from Mexico after demand. 1848. Louis Napoleon Bonaparte said his words were the first president of the French Republic. Of course, a year after the coup, Louis Napoleon Frenchman and the Emperor. 1860, the beautiful territory of Italy and Fear were taken in France as a gift after the victory over the Empire. Second nuclear war.
Wait,
British
what?
and French entered the forbidden city of Beijing. Dang Paris was announced and lasted 2 months before being brutally killed by French soldiers. Rest easy. 1871, the end of the French Bush War. France's Losal Ward Airport III, Airport III, and the end of the Second French Empire. The Third Republic was subsequently declared, and North III went to the date of his death. 1879, he began his term as the president of France. The maintenance of the Eiffel Tower began.
Whoa.
1889, Eiffel Tower is a hatred for the public. 1899, she began her term as president of France.
We're getting
1940,
some she
World
lore.
War II. Compiègne's second ceasefire was launched as France received British archives from the Germans.
Makes sense.
1944,
French women are powerful.
Norman's Landing. It is believed that Operation Overkill, and especially the last war of the French Free Force and the French Defense Forces liberate Paris from German occupation, as a symbolic attempt to restore French dignity by a rapid defeat. 1945, Fish Sigma. All liberated French, the rest and the Allies ended with the bag of German struggles. 1959, Charles de Gauldi's became the first front of the Tower Company and was also a supple on-call attack. 1965, Internet Treaty. The Triad combines the United Nations. Continue with copper. 1995, Jacob Chick began his term as
Jacob
president
who?
of France. 2004, laws are prohibited in schools to religion. The law is allegedly known for destroying the head of an Islamic coffin, but is a symbol of Jewish Christianity. That's a little extract from my conspiracy blog there. 2015, Cy Chemet killed 17 people, including police, in 2 conscious attacks. About
2
3.5
conscious attacks?
million devils were opposed to terrorist attacks. These devils against terrorist attacks. Ooh. 2017, according to King France President Mamanuli Mac King. Thank you again to MyHeritage for sponsoring
Yo,
this
that's
video.
so funny. I enjoyed that. Uh, now I feel like I can pass my French history test with flying colors. Anyways, if you got anything to say before I wrap it up?
I'm quite surprised how convoluted the French history is. So
Yeah,
I'm quite not sure. I'm not quite sure why the ranch died, but
I
I
don't
bet
know.
I bet he will fix it.
I mean, he fixes everything.
He can die and come back.
And we got Anna, and we got like a lot more she lore this time.
You know what? You know what would be the twist if they did like the Christianity,
Chris,
but badly translated,
oh, that's gonna be terrible.
and then we find out that he is Jesus all along. So
I mean,
every
that
time
would
that
make sense.
every time that he is brought up, it's just Jesus disappearing and reappearing.
I mean, I want to put up past it. I'll be honest.
He says his name is Jesus. The Lord drop.
Well, if you guys enjoyed this video, click the like button, subscribe. Uh, yeah, and just like in the last video, I think we'll try to be more consistent, but that's neither here or there right now. And I ain't got nothing else to say. Peace out.
Me neither.